Hello beautiful, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bettina and I'm the makeup enthusiast. In today's video I'm doing my update on my Roulette project pan collab. That's a mouthful and a half, but I'm doing my update on my Roulette project pan collab. This is a collaboration that I'm doing with a lot of other people. There's a spreadsheet. We roulette the items that, or the prompts I should say, we roulette the prompts that we need to follow to get some products out of our collection. I have made like average progress. I do actually have one roll out this month. I've met my goal, so we will be rouletting something new. I've made some decent progress on another item, and then the rest of the items it's kind of like quite average progress. So before we get into the update and the progress, if you are new around here, I hope you would consider subscribing down below before we get into the video. And with that all being said, let's jump on into the progress. We'll start off with the top of the list, and right at the top of the list I got prompt number 14, and that was a product that I forgot was in my collection, or that I forgot I owned. For that one I rolled in my Lancome Juicy Shaker in the color Freedom of Peach. And now that I just freaking tipped it upside down to read the color of it, it has, I had it settled so nice and perfectly so I could show you guys the level of progress, and I just tipped it upside down. So as you can, we're going to come back to that one because it was so satisfyingly clean and settled. I really want you guys to see how much progress I've made on it, because I've made a shit ton of progress on it and I really want to celebrate it. So I'm going to wait until that settles down a bit more. We'll come back to that one. The next product that, or the next prompt that I had was number 21, and that was a product that I can use in many ways, be it a lipstick that you can use as a cheek product, bronzer as a shadow, etc, etc, etc. For that prompt I grabbed out my KVD Alchemist palette, and I chose the color Ultraviolet or Amethyst, which is this one in the center here. And I don't know whether you're going to be able to see, you can see right in the middle there, that's where my dip is going. The dip is getting quite good. I have no idea on it. I have no idea how deep these are, so I'm not quite sure. I'm wearing this quite a lot. I have actually been totaling my uses on this one. I've used this one now 13 times in total since the start of the project. So I'm making pretty good progress. I'm using this mainly as an inner corner highlight. That's like my main way of using it. And then I kind of use it for like the inner third of my lid. Sometimes I use it as an all over lid. So I'm using it in many ways, but the main way I've been using it is as like an inner corner highlight. It's really pretty, and I like wearing purples and like blues. So it goes really well with a lot of colors that I wear. And I think, I don't know, like I said, I don't know how deep these pans are, so I don't think I will start to see, or I don't think I'll be close to hitting pan on this one until I'm up around maybe the 20 to 30 uses. Then we might have a better idea of how close we are to hitting pan on it. My goal for the Alchemist palette is to hit pan on that particular shade before I roll it out. The next one is the products that I have actually managed to meet my goal. So the category is number 49, and it's a Franken product. So it's a product mixed with another to make it work, or either color wise or lasting power, etc, etc. For that I chose my Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kit, and I was working on the banana powder in this one. I chose this one because on its own it's too yellow for me, so I need to mix it with something to make it work for me. So I was mixing it with like the pink powder in the palette, and I have managed to hit pan on it right there in the center. So I have hit pan on two pans in this palette now. I would really like to get some more use out of this palette, given the age of it and the fact that I have barely touched it until recently. So I've actually hit pan on both of these shades this year. I have been like playing around with it a little bit of late, and I am considering potentially trying to get these two pans completely used up in the new year, and then possibly frankening these bronzers. And I have been playing around with like what the bronzer looks like mixed with the highlight, because the highlight doesn't really work for me. So I'm thinking about in the new year, I will franken these bronzers a little bit, and because I think if I do maybe like half of the highlight to one of the bronzers, it'll be like a good combo, like it'll be a good amount, like a good little concoction. So if I do like half to one, I can get rid of like two that way. And then because I'll be repressing it, it won't be as firmly packed in the pan, so it might be a lot easier for me to use on my skin, because when I use these on my skin, it's quite difficult because they're so pigmented. I find they can be like a little bit harsh on the skin, a little bit difficult to blend out. So I'm really proud of myself that I'm actually finally starting to see some progress on this palette, because like I said, it's been in my collection for a very long time. For a while there, I was considering like just decluttering it and chucking it, but I am starting to find ways and uses to get this one done. Maybe I should roll this into my Pan That palette for next year. I'm gonna have to stew on that and decide whether I want to make that commitment or not. But that is my prompt that I have completed since we have started this round again. So I will be able to roulette one more product. And then my last two prompts, number 71 is a single eyeshadow. For that one, I decided to grab out my Mina eyeshadow in the color 502. This is one of their metallic eyeshadows. I have shamefully only used this one time since rolling this into the project. It was all right, like it wasn't amazing. It doesn't get that like sparkle that I like my eyeshadows to have. It is more like a muted shimmer, but I can definitely pair this with other things, so I probably should give that a try and see what it's like, just so I can get some more use out of it, because my goal on this is to hit pan, and the rate I'm going, I definitely will not see pan on this anytime soon if I'm only using it once. I need to smarten my act up a lot. And then 72 is a glitter liquid shadow or pigment, and for that one I chose my Stila Magnificent Metals in the color Dolish. I have a goal of using this 20 times. Can you guess how many times I've used it? A big fat 0. A big fat freaking 0 is how many times I've used this. So I do really need to smarten up my act on this one and get some uses out of it. I want to say I would like to have at least maybe 2 to 3 uses on this one before the next update. I'm gonna set my bar low and then we'll slowly get there. I did miss a prompt, and that was a product that I own 2 of, and that's for prompt number 35. For that one, I rolled in my Lime Crime lipstick in the color Choker. My goal on this one is to use it 50 times, so I still have a lot left on this bullet. I have only used this one 5 times so far. I'm wearing it on my lips today under a lip gloss. I do really like this color. I'm just really putting a lot of effort into trying to get my last Hourglass lipstick panned for the year. Like I really want to try and get another Hourglass lipstick panned before the end of the year. So I'm really putting a lot of effort into that. And this is kind of getting a little bit neglected because of that goal. But I will eventually get to this one because I do really like it. I think it's a really nice color, and I do have 2 of them, so obviously I want to use one up, so I've not got 2 in my collection. So 5 uses, 45 left to go. It's not that big of a deal. I could definitely get that one done really, really easily. And then going back to my Lancome Juicy Shaker, this is how much I have left. So I am well over halfway through this. I want to say I've probably used 2/3 of this. And based on progress, I think that I could definitely get it done, if not extremely close to being done by the next update, especially because the bottle is starting to like taper down a little bit as I'm getting to the bottom there. So I think that there's definitely a potential that I could really have this one done by the next update. If I do, that would be amazing, absolutely amazing. I am smashing that product. I'm actually really surprised how quickly I'm getting through that, and I have it sitting at my desk in front of my computer, and I just like constantly reapply. That's how I've managed to make so much progress on it. Because I have hit pan on that shade in the ABH contour kit, I need to roulette another product or another prompt. I have 78 prompts left on my spreadsheet to complete. So I will pop that into my random number generator and let's see what we get. So number 22. Number 22 is a guilty pleasure product. So I will go have a rummage around in my collection and see what I can find. I don't know what I could possibly grab out for that. I'm gonna have to have a think about this one, and I'm gonna have a rummage around in my collection, and I'll be back in a sec because I'm a little bit stumped. I'll be back. That was a little bit difficult, but I've made my decision, and you guys are probably gonna be a little bit annoyed at me because I have included this in a project pan previously, actually in this project pan. So I decided to grab out my Bare Minerals Aurora Lights palette. I love this palette. I think it's such a good little palette, and I think that this was one of the best like Bare Minerals palettes they've done in a long time. Comparing this to palettes in the past years, they just didn't hit the mark. This one I think was the 2019 Christmas palette. I love the little like style. I love how compact it is, and I do feel like Bare Minerals eyeshadow formula always gets overlooked. It goes under the radar. People don't really consider it like a game player, I guess, but I really enjoy it. So that's why this is my little guilty pleasure. And I have already panned 2, 4, 5 shades in this palette. So I'm probably going to try and hit pan on another shade in this palette. I'm tossing up between the shade Catch Me If and Romp. So that's these 2 shades here. I think I'm going to go with Catch Me If, just because it's a little bit more exciting. It's got a little bit more fun to it. So I don't know whether you can see, but Catch Me If does have a little bit of a shift to it. So it just adds a little bit more excitement. I'm going to go with Catch Me If, going to aim to hit pan on that one. And from past experience, it's not overly difficult for me to hit pan on shades in this palette because the pans are quite small and they're not the deepest shades, so it's normally not too hard to hit pan on these ones. So I'm going to try and get pan on Catch Me If, and I will update you, let you know how it's going. And I think Catch Me If is a nice one I could easily wear to work. If I hit pan on Catch Me If really soon and really quick, maybe I might try and hit pan on Romp as well, but we'll gauge the progress and see how we go, and I will make that decision as we get closer to the pan. So I shall punch that into my spreadsheet. So far we have ticked 1 more prompt off the list. It's going to take me forever to get through these prompts, but I do really enjoy this project because it does allow me to grab out things out of my collection that I normally wouldn't include in project pans, and it really challenges me to find something in my collection, and it's normally quite left of field to something, like I said, that I would normally pan. So if you are doing this project, let me know how you're going down in the comments down below. If you are playing at home, let me know how you're going at home. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and while you're down there, I hope you would consider subscribing to keep up to date on all my other project panning updates. And you can also join my membership down below if you did want extra perks to this channel. That's it for this video, beautiful. I hope that you're having an absolutely fantastic day. I hope that you are staying safe and healthy and looking after yourself, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye, beautiful.